Welcome to Old Classic Car and this collection of photographs featuring cars with the BMC A-Series or A-Plus series engine under their bonnets. We begin with a very original Morris Minor van. And of course this is where it began, the Austin A30. This is a 1953 example. The A30 was the first car to have the A-Series engine under its bonnet, 803cc. And of course the Mini, this had the A-Series and later the A-Plus under its bonnet all the way through production. This is a Mark 1 Mini down at Gaydon, British Motor Museum. A good old Morris van, or to be precise, an Austin badged Morris Minor van. It's an F-Reg one from about 1967. A sporty number here from 1966, this is the Unipower GT, originally 1275, this one's got a 1398cc engine. Staying with performance and motorsport, we've got two racing A40s here. One in the foreground is UC-E13, a Mark 1, the ex-Doc Shepherd race car. And to the A-Plus engine here for a moment, we've got the first of several Metros to feature in this collection. This is an MG Metro of the 1980s. And a good old Morris Marina of the 1970s. This is a rare coupe. This had a 1275 A-Series engine under its bonnet. Many of these cars were broken up to provide running gear for tuned Morris Minors. And here we have got a Mini 95 pickup. A-Series engine under its bonnet, transverse mounted of course on the Mini. Very nice Vanden Plas 1300 here, J-Reg car, so that would be what, about 1970 to 71 that series ran for. A slightly tired Austin A30 van. Very rare vehicle now, most you see are A35s, but this was an A30. Talking of A30s and A35s, here we've got a two-door Austin A35 WWT723. That's an October 1958 car. This has been upgraded to the 1098 engine from the Morris Minor. Here's a little rarity in this country. This is the Innocenti built Mini Cooper. This was their version of the Mini Cooper with different headlamp surrounds, doors, different dashboard and so on. The first of two photos of a Cox GTM. This was a Mini-based kit car, the engine's in the back. My uncle had a very early one of these back in the 1970s. There's a review of the same car, as sponsored by Cars and Cars Conversions, the magazine of the time. And an Allegro, T-Reg Allegro. This one was registered in October 78 and this has a 1275 engine under its bonnet. It's a four-door car on mini-light type wheels. And the good old Morris Minor 1000. This is an F registration, so about 1967. That had the 1098 inline version of the A-Series engine. Oh, this was late 1987 and me taking driving lessons in our Mark 1 Austin A40. This has the 948cc inline A-Series engine, of course. Down to Gaydon and the Mini 60th anniversary, and this is an MG Metro Turbo. Quite a rare car, this one, from 1984. And a real rarity here, the Australian Mini Clubman S. And a pair of Morris Minor 1000s here. And to Goodwood, a Goodwood revival in 2006, and we've got PMO 200. This is the ex-John Sprinzel Works Sebring Sprite, based on the Mark 1 Austin Healey Sprite. And to Gaydon again for the Mini celebrations in 2019. This is a Morris van. This one in particular has got the 848cc transverse engine. A side view of an Austin Healey Sprite Mark 1. These came with a 948 inline version. A little local show to us. This is an F registration Morris 1100 Mark II from 1968. Austin A40 Mk1 here. This is C registration, so this was registered in September of 1965 and has the 1098cc engine, same as the Morris 1000 of the same era. Talking of Morris Minors, we've got a side view here of a Tourer. Again, 1960s car, so this will have the 1098cc engine under its bonnet, assuming it hasn't been modified. And the one-off Metro Cooper. Next up, we've got the Wolseley Hornet, obviously the Mini-based car. This and the Riley Elf were the posh versions of the Mini, if you like, but kept the Mini's transverse A-Series engine under the bonnets throughout. A rear view of another Hornet, this one from 1966. YH919, that's a Morris Minor Series 2 from 1954. These were the first of the Morris Minors to have the A-Series engine in 803cc guise. And this is a real unusual vehicle. This is an Austin Apache from 1975. These were built in South Africa and had a 1275 version of the A-Series engine. Back to Gaydon, and we've got an ERA Mini Turbo here. Very appropriate registration number, looks like a lot of fun. DDD 733L, this is a Morris 1300 Traveller from August of 1972. Head-on view of another kit car. This is a 1992 GTM. This one's got the 998cc A-Series engine under its bonnet at the back, of course. This one's currently sawn. And to the Goodwood Revival in 2021, and we've got a race-prepared Austin A35 with a very much tuned A-Series under its bonnet. Very much untuned is this slightly sad looking Austin A35 van. Different capacities of A-Series engine were featured under the bonnet, but all A35 vans had the A-Series of some sort or other. We've got FAB603J here now. This is a January 71 1275cc MG Midget. And another race prepared Austin A40. This is a Mark II, seen at Goodwood in 2021. Lots more A-Series engine cars to come. And next up, a Series 2. This is a rarity. Series 2 Morris Minor Traveller. Split window, of course, PSV 258. Another Goodwood one from 2006, 910 DRV. That's an MG Midget with the Lenham GT body conversion. This one from May 1968. Another home-built car here. This is the Agri Jimp. This one from 1983, and it's got the 848cc Mini engine under its bonnet. Very smart, bright orange MG Metro here with a 1275 A-Plus engine under its bonnet, of course. Nice Austin 1100. This was down at the NEC Classic Car Show a few years ago now. One of its brothers alongside, probably an MG. And the 1275 GT, this was the Performance Mini for the 1970s. This is a P-Reg example, so 1975 to 76. Needing a little TLC is this two-door version of the Austin A35 of the late 1950s. The Mini Moke here, designed very much with the Army in mind, but they weren't too interested. TAB 423F, that's a Morris Cooper with a 998cc engine. This one registered in April of 1968. This was on show down at Malvern back in 2006, I think it was. That's followed by a Morris Minor van here, 1972-ish example, so one of the very last of the breed. 5230R. This is an Austin A40 Mark II, another one, this one from April 1963, and this one's been upgraded to the 1275 engine, possibly out of a Marina or something similar. And a head-on view now of the Austin Healey Sprite Mark I, this one on mini lights, very smart little car indeed, with a Morris Minor, also A-Series powered alongside it. Another sporty little number here, this is a Mini Gem. Another MG Metro, with an aftermarket grille with the little lamps set into it. You can see the transverse layout very clearly of the A-Plus engine in the Metro there. And the rear three-quarter view of a 1964 Morris 1100, the AD016 bestseller for many years throughout the 1960s. Staying with rear views for a moment, we've got an Austin A40 Mk1. This is the Countryman version with the split tailgate and lift-up rear window, making it a very practical car. Back to the NEC, and we've got an overseas registered Wolseley Hornet. And to Malvern once again, OFK 316, that's another rare Austin A30 van. Austin A35 alongside it for company. And we've got one of the Crayford converted Wolseley Hornets here. Again, all these cars have either the A-Series or the A-Plus series engine under their bonnets, as does this Morris Minor Traveller here. Looks like an ex-military. The Royal Armoured Corps, according to the handy plaque on the front of Bovington. A variety of Minis and Metros here in the foreground. We've got a Mini 30. This would be from 1989, celebrating 30 years of the Mini in production at that time. The Morris Minor Million. A limited run of these were produced in lilac to celebrate 1 million Morris Minors. Another A-Series hot rod here. We've got 1413WD and 1961 Sprite. This is ex-Securia Cos Sebring bodied Sprite, 948cc. Now this shows someone had an Austin A35 two-door for sale. Did you buy it? Do you recognise this car? If you can shed light on any of the cars featured here, please pop a note in the comments. To Malvern again, a rear view of another Austin A40 Mk2 986 LDV. That's registered in July of 1962 and has a 948cc engine. Again, one very late example of the Morris Minor van here, albeit with a saloon bonnet, for Carter's Steam Fair. This is an old Van der Plas 1300 that Dad used to run several years ago. Really smart little car that was. It was an automatic, the 1275 transverse engine. A Swift Tune prepared Morris Mini Cooper S here. This was at the Goodwood Revival in 2021. You don't see one of those every day. JYM 2K, that's a Stimpson with the 848cc engine under its bonnet. This one registered in February of 1972. This handsome machine is a four-door MG 1100 of September 1967. Side view now of a Series 2, an early Series 2 with a cheese grater grille Morris pickup. To slightly more recent times, we've got a G registration Metro here from August of 1989. This had the 998cc A-Plus engine under its bonnet. Two A-Series power cars here, the Sprite Mk1 and an Austin A35. The A-Plus engine came along in 1980. A Frog Eye Sprite here. Looking like it needs a little TLC. Has it gone on to be restored since this photo was taken in 2017, I think? Very wet Austin A35 van here. This was at the Cholmondeley Castle Classic Car Show a few years back. An RFM 130L, an Austin 1300 GT. This was very much the sporty version of the AD016 line for the early 1970s. Bit like a slightly enlarged Mini Cooper. Another Morris van here. This is a J-Reg example, so 1970 to July 71 that particular series ran for. A 1275 GT Mini alongside. More A-Series goodness here. We've got DUJ165T, that's a January 79 Austin Allegro with the 1275 engine under its bonnet. A gaggle of mini estates here, all A-Series powered. And a Maestro and a Montego. Neither of these cars actually have the A-Series, but these represent the cars, the models that did have an A-Series early on in their lives. And they are followed by DAP 210B and 64 Austin Healey Sprite with the Ashley GT bodywork modifications. And that is followed by an F registration MG Metro Turbo. There's a Morris pickup alongside. The Morris had the A-Series, the Metro the A-Plus. And sticking with the A-Series for a moment, we've got an Austin A35 pickup truck. This at the Cape Thorne Classic Car Show. M514 TRE, that's a Rover Mini 35 from September 1994. That's got the 1275 engine under its bonnet. Another Unipower GT, a very sporty little number indeed. A bright yellow example behind it. A Speedwell Sprite here, this is a Speedwell GT. Some history on 505BZ can actually be found on the main old classic car site if you search for that registration number on the main site. Next we've got HYY 385K. That's a December 1971 Morris 1300 four-door saloon. Two Mini Clubman estates here with the fake wood. Very rare survivors now indeed, circa 1970 both of them. UMB 40E is the Riley Elf, alongside a part restored example down at the NEC Classic Car Show. Needing more than a little restoration is this Turner. Various engine options were offered with the Turner, but the A-Series was one of them. Did this one go on to be restored, I wonder? The Smart Morris 1000 here, four-door car. Another Mini 95 van. Continuing with these A-Series and A-Plus series cars, we've got an MG 1100 or 1300 here down at the NEC Classic Car Show on the ADO 16 Club stand, I think that was. FSN 973D, that's a 1966 998 Morris Cooper. Really smart car that is. Almost at the end of this collection, we've got two Mark 1 Austin A40s here at the NEC. One in unrestored condition and the other restored, complete with period roof rack no less. That's an Eversure roof rack perhaps. And also at the NEC, this was at the restoration show though. This is JSK 158, a very unrestored Austin A35 two-door saloon. Just a few more to go and we've got a Mini 95 based ice cream van here. Very nice indeed, that's an X-rated example, so that series ran from August 81 to July of 1982. And here, this is a WSM Sprite. There's also a page about this particular car on the old classic car website as well if you do a quick search for that. A really peppy looking Mark 1 Austin A40 here with aftermarket wheels. Looking very purposeful indeed, very smart car indeed, two-tone, black roof. And rounding out this collection of BMC A-Series and A-Plus series powered cars, we've got this fantastic little two-door Austin A35 in a museum. Another period roof rack in evidence. And that is 100 photographs of BMC A-Series and A-Plus series cars. I hope that was of interest. Please check out some of the other photo collections and classic car videos that are on the old Classic Car channel now. And more videos along very, very soon. Thanks very much and bye for now.